bonuses yesterday, so a little bit of confusion suddenly. Time to pick up pace. Here we go. Quintana kicks off now. Well, at the beginning of the day, Brian, you said we had a man who won 2 in a row in Gianni Meersman at the top, and I think we're going to have 2 in a row today, and this is the man who took it yesterday. Can Quintana do it again?
He's got the form. For me, I think he was needing a wee bit more help by Team Sky and Katusha there, but he is the biggest danger. I think in 2.6 kilometres he could possibly come somewhere near Dan and maybe take the overall lead in this Tour of Catalunya, but it's going to be touch and go. But he definitely has the bit between his teeth and something to prove today. You've got to remember that they lost Valverde and Capecchi, but he's going to eat up this road in front of him. But for me, I think it's looking very good for Dan Martin for the stage. Fantastic.
Well, the great thing for Quintana is he's got a couple of intermediate riders as well, and if he reaches those, they're all going to be markers for him, and he'll count them down psychologically in his mind. Around the corners, just searching for riders, he comes time and time again, and he has proven that the legs that he had yesterday were no fluke. Absolutely not. He's on great form. Mind you, just look at the cadence of this man. Daniel Martin still driving away, hoping for victory here, hoping to do it all again. Well, he's giving it a very, very good go here. And plenty of you on Twitter as well. Thanks for your messages. It's just too dramatic at the moment to get to you, but Quintana is on the chase. These are the men who are in his sights right now. Just the intermediate riders. He'll get to them in a while. The penultimate rider there is Van den Broek, and then top left of your screen right now, still, just look at the way he's pacing himself here. Daniel Martin is heading for victory, I think, here. And there we are. Martin back to Quintana. Is 1 minute and 35 with 2.1 kilometres to go. I think Quintana, who was 26 seconds down at the start of the day, is going to lose out here. Only 4 seconds he was giving away for Daniel Martin. And just look at the determination here. This is fabulous. Yeah, absolutely fabulous. And you got to remember that it looks as if he is going to take the stage, and he takes that jersey today. He's still got a couple of good teammates in this group behind, so looking very good for Garmin-Sharp today, and especially for Ireland and young Dan Martin. Well, the clock was marked back to Quintana. Don't forget, the last time they did the reading to Jürgen van der Broek, it was 58 seconds, but here comes Quintana right now. There he is, 6th in the general classification, confirmation at 26 seconds down. There was some confusion yesterday as they accidentally imposed some of the time bonuses along the way. 2 to go. There's that marker. Which rider are we with? Race leader at the moment, and overall leader, I'll be bound if he takes this. Daniel Martin takes another curve here, tries to get as much speed as he can into the hairpin, and he's got very few turns still to make here. The road kind of just lazies out as he gets towards the summit here, and that plays into his hands. It'll come as a blessed respite. It'll almost feel like an easy course for him. He's got another right-hander, a gentle left-hander, and then a final sort of hairpin right before he has to come in. It'll be the Flamme Rouge just after that turn, and then he's got one last left-hand turn before the road really does welcome him to the line. That is Jürgen van der Broek, who's had a brave effort here. The clock's counting on van der Broek, I think. This is Quintana, who's come out of the main group, including Joaquim Rodriguez and, of course, Bradley Wiggins. And Sky just thin on the ground at the end, and this man got a free ride because of the battle going on between those two teams. He's coming up very quick, and from the 2 kilometre to the 1 kilometre, this climb averages 9%. If Dan can get past to the 1 kilometre to go, then it eases up to about 5.4% average. This is a tough kilometre. If he can keep Van der Broek, you can just see him at the bottom of the picture. If you keep him at bay, he's coming back very, very quickly. The team car's up alongside. This is make or break. For me, I think he's left it a wee bit too late. Dan Martin looks as if he's going to be taking this stage win, but Quintana, showing the form he did have yesterday, is trying to come back. I think he's got Van der Broek in his sights as we speak. There is Martin. Van der Broek is the intermediate rider here, but we're staying with the Movistar rider who won yesterday, Quintana, and just starting to tire. There you go, 59 seconds. These are the 2 intermediate riders as well between those 2 names on your screen on the graphic. Foremost amongst them is Daniel Martin. He's out front, and this is Quintana, and he's got two of his quarry out front right now. There's Van den Broek, and it looks like he has just run out of steam here. You don't know what gear he's actually pushing down here, but there is his co-escapee from Blanco just a few moments ago, and behind them is Quintana. 1.1 to go though for this man. Daniel Martin up front, and out the saddle he comes again. He's just got to clear his mind and go for the line. There's not much strategy left here.
Well, this is a hard kilometre. We get to the 1 kilometre to go and it levels a bit, but Quintana, I think for me, leaving a wee bit too late. That's why the team car came up to Arada, and they wanted to go on the attack towards the top of this climb. They didn't realise that they've got a really tough Irishman in front, riding for Garmin Sharp, really pushing hard as he can. He just has to get to that 1 kilometre. You'll get a wee bit of inspiration from it, but he has done a ride of his life today.
Well, it's been a day for the Celts. Nicolas Roche was out there and went out alone off that escape group. Daniel Martin just kept his powder dry, I think you might say, and he's come to the end game here, and he really has. That is the advantage, and essentially Quintana is back with Jasink and Van den Broek at the moment, catching them, but as Brian said, probably way too late, and suddenly the others have started thinking about GC distance, and there's Perito. Joaquim Rodriguez decides to go as well, and he's within sight here of these guys. He's going to get on the back of Quintana. Now that would be a superb performance, but nothing like this. Daniel Martin takes the Flamme Rouge here, 1 kilometre to go, has to, the air bridge actually positioned on the road on the inside of the corner. That's exactly what he didn't want, and here comes Joaquim Rodriguez trying to get back at Quintana and keep this race alive for himself later on. 900 metres only then for Daniel Martin. He goes by Jasink here, and still he looks like he's struggling. This is going to be Daniel Martin's day. It's a question of the distance and whether he'll be in the leader's jersey. The clock's rolling back to the other guys.
Yeah, still looking good for Dan. The chasers still have to come under the Flamme Rouge, and it's just around the corner. Van den Broek still looking strong, but Quintana looking invincible in this climb a wee bit earlier. Looks as if he's starting to flag. Rodriguez is up onto the wheel and the red jersey there, so 1 kilometre to go. Dan's got 43 seconds on the chasers now, looking very good, and the team should be more than happy with this man. Going to take the stage and take the overall jersey with it.
A lot of door banging going on at the moment just to encourage him. Don't look back, just look forward is the watchword, and all of a sudden he actually looks down the mountain to see where the pursuers are. They're all kind of looking at each other. Quintana, Rodriguez and Van den Broek, they're all having a brief chat here. It's not going to happen for them, but it is for Daniel Martin here. He's in the last few hundred metres of what has been the Queen stage today of this Tour of Catalunya, 217 kilometres, and there it is. The clock tells you everything you need to know. We're looking at an Irish winner today, and this is an absolutely superb performance by him. Very gutsy. He's been out there all day, let's not forget, and remains the freshest of all.
Well, Rodriguez in the red at the front really has this. It's man against man now. Rodriguez is thinking, right, if I can close as many seconds as I can to Dan Martin, I can go again and go from Montjuic in a few days' time. It's not over. The overall is not over, but the leader's jersey could be in the back of the Irishman on the left-hand side. He has to just keep it going, and it's down to a battle between Rodriguez on the right-hand side and Dan Martin on the left. We know he's going to win the stage, but how much is he going to take this jersey?
Yeah, well, Quintana as well will feel he's got something left to play in this entire Tour of Catalunya, but it is the barriers that now welcome Daniel Martin. Over the rise he comes. The finish line is within sight, and this has been a spectacular performance. What a day it's been. We lost our leader who took a tumble. We had an Irishman go off earlier on today, Nicolas Roche, and it's another Irishman, Daniel Martin, who just timed this absolutely beautifully. Round he comes to the applause of the crowd here, into the sunshine, almost above the clouds, and there is the line. Keep going, forget about the celebration. He can't do that.
He needs 24 seconds. He needs 24 seconds.
Well, this is the countback right now. Naturally, he just wanted to celebrate across the line with sheer relief, I'll be bound. And here goes the clock then on the pursuers. Who's he going to beat? Probably Rodriguez, but Quintana will fancy just putting in a late kick here. It will be perhaps a sprint to the line between these two. But these guys are keeping their general classification hopes alive for later on here. Daniel Martin had a 30-second deficit. He's in the leader's jersey right now, but it was an awful lot closer than we thought here as they crossed the line. 35 seconds, the gap between them at the top. Van der Broek, brave man, comes to the line here. 47 seconds down for him. Jacink crosses the line with a 50 seconds in arrears to the day's winner, Daniel Martin. What a day. And further back we look. Bradley Wiggins has been left alone by Oran to take the line now, but 1 minute and 1 he's given away today. Goodness gracious me, what a day of cycling.